There are a lot of gaps and guesses in our history books. Our historians have done the best they can with the information they have, and archaeologists help them with that by supplying them with as much information as they can about the things that they find. The problem with that arrangement is that archaeologists are sometimes mystified by the things that they discover, as we're about to see with the amazing and enigmatic finds in this video. Ireland is often referred to in the United States of America as the Old Country. But the history of human habitation in the Emerald Isle goes back even further than most people imagine. We know that because of archaeological sites like Drumbank Stone Circle in Roscobury. The site, which is also sometimes referred to as the Druid's Altar, is considered to be the Irish equivalent of Stonehenge in England. There are 13 megaliths standing there today, although it's believed that there were once 4 more. Dating stones is difficult for archaeologists, but the radiocarbon testing carried out on human remains uncovered at the site has proven that it was in use at least 3,100 years ago.
Chronic, what up? Bro?
As is often the case with stone circles, the site has been laid out with the movements of the
finally
sun,
got my product,
in this case matching the winter solstice. Trade.
So I had this product in development for a while, this brush holder, and so now I actually have them. And I started packaging some of them up. I actually already shipped out 3 of them. One guy said he wants to order like a bulk order, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes if he actually gets the order. But yeah, so I have my brush holder. I already have some of them packaged up. And so I've just been getting these together, getting the packaging and the stickers, and well, this one I need stickers and the instruction picture in there. I mean, it's so simple to put together. It's only like 4 little pieces of plastic, but I still feel like people be like, what? And so I just made like a little tab in there to show how it should look when it's assembled, a sticker to let everybody know like this shit is made in America. I designed it and everything, and the plastic bags are made here in a local US company. The product itself I had made in Connecticut, so everything is from the US. So this is a nice product to support a small American business, and it actually fits together better than the original one. I might keep one of the new ones for myself instead of, because this is just our prototype. But the prototype works well, but it comes apart. It comes apart pretty easy. Whereas this official one, like, it doesn't take a lot of force to actually slide the 2 slots together. It's no force at all, really. But once it's in there, it won't come out. And but it's nothing holding it together. It's just, you know, the 2 little slots on it. So I like that it really, that shit really fits together well. Like I say, the prototype, I couldn't do that. If I took the foot off of there, and it would absolutely fall off. So it fits together well. The quality of the plastic is nice. It's flexible, but you can tell like this shit is not. You're not gonna break this. You know. You're not just gonna break this shit. And then the fit is so nice. Take those, fit those there, slide those together, and that's only like, and I can just hold the foot, and like these won't fall off, and that's upside down. It should fall off like that, but it won't. And there's nothing, like I said, there's no screws or glue or tape or nothing. It just fits together like that and holds together pretty well, so it's not hard to assemble at all. I mean, a fucking kid can do this. And boom, a brush holder. That shit is fucking awesome. I have like a real fucking product, yo. I'm kind of, kind of proud of myself. And I got all the main order is downstairs. I actually fucked myself up this week, guys, like real bad. Yeah, like real bad, yo. And so I might have to have surgery. I think I tore my Achilles tendon here, and so I'm kind of fucked up. In the box that my product came in, yo, this shit is like all together. It's heavy as fuck, so I can't even bring it upstairs. It's too heavy for me to carry upstairs like this with essentially 1 foot. So I'm not doing it like. I'm out of commission for a while, so I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna sit up here and paint in the studio, then I'm gonna hobble my ass downstairs, and I'll like package some more of these up throughout the weekend and stuff. But I'll just leave all the heavy stuff downstairs, and I can just do it in my living room and like put the orders and stuff together. So it's weird, like I injured myself at the time where I needed time off from work so I can do this and focus on this for a little while. And so like my injury is like a legit excuse for me to stay home. It's like a legit excuse. Like I am really physically hurt. I am in fucking pain. But while I'm at home, I might as well focus on my own business, my own product. I mean, so it's like kind of good timing, but I wish like I didn't have to hurt myself to get this time off. But appreciate it. Sushi, this is true. Yeah, a friction fit, exactly. That shit is just, and it's sturdy and stable and like it doesn't fucking move. I love it. I fucking love this shit, yo. Then it's nice and black. But so yeah, for the next couple of days, well, over the weekend, I'm gonna try to get all of these packaged up. I'm supposed to have at least get a phone call from my orthopedist or whatever by Monday. And so I did x-rays and everything. They really couldn't come up with a conclusive amount of damage from the x-rays, so I'm going to have to go in for an ultrasound. Hopefully, maybe I just tore a portion of it and not the entire tendon. I may need surgery or some type of kind of incision or something. So Monday we'll go and have the ultrasound done to really see the extent of the damage. And then after that we'll see, what's the ETA on the healing process and how long it's going to take before I can actually walk normal again. And now it's like, fuck, I can't go to the gym. I can't do all my regular shit, yo. Like, why the fuck I had to hurt my foot? Bro, trying to help somebody, trying to be a good Samaritan. Somebody was stalled. Their car was stalled in traffic. And I got out, I pulled over and got out and asked if I can help push their car out of traffic. But it was an SUV, and the street was on a slight incline, and so, and then we were in the right lane, And so the left lane traffic is still going by, and then everybody in the right lane that's behind the stalled car, they're trying to go around the lady. And so everybody's still trying to move on the left hand lane. And so I'm behind the car. I said, put it in neutral. She put it in neutral. I pushed a little bit and she starts turning the wheel. And there's a car that would not let us go, and he zooms by. And so as I'm pushing, she presses on the brakes and the fucking car lurches back, and I still had all my fucking body weight trying to push up on this bitch, and that shit lurched and pop pop. I was like, oh shit. And it almost fell to the ground. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I tried to move my foot, yo. And I was like, yo, I just did some real fucking damage. Like, I don't know what happened just now, but I really hurt myself. And I'm like, I just hopped around the car. I was like, excuse me, lady. I'm sorry. I tried to help, but I don't know what happened. I think I just broke my fucking ankle or something. She's like, really? I'm like, yes, really. And so I limped to my fucking car and drove off. Didn't even help her get her vehicle out of traffic. I accomplished nothing other than hurting myself. That's the only thing I managed to do. Tried to help somebody move their car out of traffic and fucking fuck myself up. I'm still thinking about that shit. Like, I should have just stayed my ass in the car, yo. And just did like everybody else. Just drove around and just ignored her. Just like, yeah, I'm going on my merry way. Nope, I just wanted to be like a good person and try to help this lady at least get her car out of traffic so it'll be easier for the rest of pedestrians, and then she won't be panicky so bad because she's stuck right there in the middle of the street and she had a daughter with her, and it's just like, whatever, yo. But yo, what up, King? It is what it is, yo. Now I tried to help somebody and I fucking injured myself, so I'm gonna go through a few months of a healing process now where I'm just gonna be on some dumb limping shit, man. You know, taking anti-inflammatories like Aleve. But oh well. I gotta see if my job has some kind of a short-term disability I can sign up for. I can't miss too much work. And I only got like 35 hours of vacation time left. I'm gonna need way more time than that to fucking heal up from this shit. Cause like I say, there is a slight chance I may need surgery on this motherfucker, yo. If they cut me, I know that's gonna be fucking 6 weeks. 5 to 6 weeks of recovery time from that shit. I know that's the only thing, bro. Everything happened for a reason. You know what it is. Whatever this reason is, it might be bad karma coming back to get my ass for some dumb shit I did to somebody else. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? You know, or it could be a blessing in disguise. You know, I had to hurt myself to achieve something else. Who knows? You know, I say I'm already trying to look at the positive side. Like, I hurt myself. I'm already injured, and then all of a sudden, like the next day, my product comes in the mail and it's like, I got time to work on my own shit. Now I can do like advertisements and set me up an Etsy page, and I'm not coming to work for a while, but I am still working for myself. So I kind of look at it like that. At least if I'm down and out and I can't actually go to work, I still have my own work here, my own personal jobs. I can have more time to work on this commission and get this thing knocked out now. And like I say, more time to advertise for my product. And actually, this is the last commission I have on deck right now. So after I'm done with this, I can actually start working on some of my own paintings and create some art for myself. Because I really haven't created anything for myself in months because I've been so busy doing work for other people, which is, once again, a major blessing. Like, I'm getting paid out the ass for every little project I do, but still, it's like, when it's time for me to do another art show, I ain't gonna have a lot of new art to show because I haven't made anything for myself yet. So I'm trying to look at all the pluses, all the benefits to what's going on from this situation. You know, I just have more time in the house. That's all it is. More time at home. What can I do at home? Well, shit, I got tons of shit that I can do while I'm at home. Got tons of shit to do while I'm at home for myself. And yesterday we had our virtual brunch with the arts. That went really well. I was a part of an artistic panel discussing what we've done to stay creative and motivated throughout this global pandemic, and was a part of that board. And like I said, it went over really well. And that was a paid gig, so that's a little check coming in the mail for sitting down talking about my art. Isn't that some shit? I need to find more gigs like that where I just talk about myself and people pay me for it. It's kind of like this, but with money, you know? That's the only part I'm missing, the money part. Maybe, while I'm on this hiatus from work with my foot injury, I may find another outlet that will pay me real money to just talk about myself, because I am such an interesting person. You know? Shit, that's what's up. I'm waiting on it too. Bad karma only hit when you got malintent. I had no malintent. I just wanted to help somebody. You know, I really just tried to help somebody. That did not go according to plan. I say that shit was, to me, it was audible. Like, I know everybody else is sitting in their cars and their engines running and the radio's playing and all of that, but me standing outside behind her car, and when my ankle snapped, it's like I heard that shit. It was like pop. I'm like, oh shit, that was my body. Some part of my body just snapped like that. That's not good. And then when I went to walk, I'm like, I damn near cried, yo. That shit, yo. I ain't gonna lie, that was some of the most intense pain I've ever felt in my entire life, yo. I've never, like, what's another time where I felt that much pain? I'm trying to think. Like I said, when my wisdom tooth, I had a cavity on my wisdom tooth, that shit hurt. It was kind of like that. It was kind of like a toothache, but in your foot. Cause god damn, that shit was, on the scale of 1 to 10, man, that bitch been 11. And I had just got off work too. I'm trying to get home from work, and had it in mind to stop by the liquor store and all that shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave work, hit the liquor store before I get home. You know what I'm saying? Oh, somebody need help. Skirt, pull over, do that, fuck my shit up. Still went to the liquor store. Like, oh, my leg, I'm crying so bad. Like, I really need a drink now. I still drove to the liquor store. Fuck that. I really need a drink. I'm lipping up in the liquor store. The motherfuckers, and they talking about, how you doing? I said, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? It's like, you don't look like you're doing good. It ain't shit. I just broke my ankle, that's all. I still need this bottle, though. Get this bottle real quick. You ought to go to the hospital. I'm going to go home and drink first. Go home and have me a drink, and then I'm going to call my doctor. Which is exactly what I did. And you know what? My doctor's office is packed. You know why? Because I live in a state where it's all fucking old people. And all these old motherfuckers are always at the doctor, always taking up every fucking appointment. And so I hurt myself Wednesday. Couldn't see the doctor Wednesday. I called Thursday. Couldn't see the doctor Thursday. I'm like, fuck, yo. I called Friday. But don't you know they say they still ain't had no openings? But I was like, I'm going to the emergency room, man. I can't take this shit no more. I can't take it. I'm dying over here. I'm dying. So now I had to pay like extra shit for an emergency room visit. I was trying not to do that. But I couldn't hold out for my doctor's office to get me a fucking appointment in there. Now, I'm about to change doctors, man. Fuck that shit. My primary physician, y'all ain't shit, man. Y'all too busy for me. I need somebody who's going to care about my well-being and not these old motherfuckers at the end of their life. Y'all know what end of life care is? Huh? I mean, let the old people die. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to be elderly, but I'm young and more vital to the society than some old fucker whose time is already past. Y'all need to focus on me and my health. Keep me healthy. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any appointments until next Tuesday. Bitch, I can't go to next Tuesday with a foot like this. I'm dying over here. Just because Margaret and Eldred got motherfucking visits for they goddamn whatever. Fuck them old people, man. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a doctor's office. It's only for young people, man. If you over 60, you can't come here. Y'all go somewhere else, man. This is for young people who need to be seen immediately. If you're over 60 years old, you gotta go to the old folks doctor. Don't they got doctors for kids? And they got kid doctors, pediatrics, or whatever they call that shit. Man, if you got doctors for kids, you need to have doctors for old people and middle-aged people. Because all of us ain't got the same amount of time and the same issues and problems. All right. If that don't look professional, that look like it came out of a box somewhere. You buy these by the box? Where do you buy these from? Is that pre-rolled? Did you use a machine to do that? No? No, that's that hand rolled. Alright, I'm supposed to have an appointment too at 1 o'clock. So I really need to watch the time. So I'm not late for my appointment.
Places of human occupation are littered across the surrounding terrain, including what's left of ancient homes and what appears to be a kitchen facility. Even with so many examples, we still don't know what sites like this were used for. Were they a calendar? A focus for ritual activities? Both. or something else entirely.
4,500 years ago, a part of the world that we now know as northern India was home to the Indus civilization, stretching from there into the east of Pakistan. The remains of more than 2,000 Indus sites have been uncovered by archaeologists, but nothing puzzles them quite as much as the script, which appears on the stone seals left behind by this mysterious culture. Are the symbols on the seals a form of written language? We're not sure. But if it is, we still haven't been able to translate it despite recovering more than 6,000 samples of it. Aside from appearing on solid pieces of information that we or anybody else can give you about the Novalara stele. We know that it was made around 2,600 years ago, and we know that it was found close to Novalara in Italy. We also know that the inscriptions on its surface are written in a variant of the Etruscan language known as North Peking. Beyond that, everything is speculation. The reverse of the stele shows a hunting scene, so the text might be a description of that, or might not be associated with it. The fact that the letters are Etruscan mean that we can read them individually, but we don't understand the words. That's only part of the mystery, though. We don't know where the North Peking language came from, or who spoke it. Because of that, we don't have any idea who made the Novarilla stele. They might have been a branch of the ancient Etruscan civilization, or they might have been a totally different civilization in their own right. Hundreds of academics have tried to translate the stele in the 130 years since it was found, but none have succeeded. Although the pyramids of Cairo get the most attention in Egypt, there are actually ancient pyramids to be found all over the country, and that includes the Pyramid of Senusret in the 3rd Dahsur. The mud brick and limestone pyramid is a little more rustic than the ones you've seen in the movies, and it was made almost 4,000 years ago. Aside from all the usual chambers and tombs that you'd expect to find in such a place, there's also some rather alarming graffiti. One example of which shows a human head with a strikingly modern hairstyle. It's possible, but not proven, that the tomb was either raided or accessed during the Hyksos occupation around 2,800 years ago, and the graffiti was added at that time. While there are certain... several sarcophagi inside the pyramid, including several female members of Senusret's family, the remains of Senusret III himself don't appear to be present. They might have been taken by the same grave robbers who daubed the passageways with graffiti, or alternatively, he might have chosen to be buried in his Aberdeen tomb instead. The earliest written records of the Chinese civilization were written not on paper, papyrus, or parchment, but on animal bones. They're called oracle bone scripts, and although we've been able to translate some of them, we're a long way from translating them all. That's why the National Museum of Chinese Writing in China's Henan province has been offering $15,000 rewards to anybody who can translate even a single unknown character of the scripts since 2017. Hundreds of oracle bones have been discovered in China dating back 3,000 years to the time of the Shang dynasty. Almost 5,000 different characters have either been painted or carved onto the bones, approximately 2,000 of which have been translated and understood. The rest remain a mystery. And with less than half of the characters translated, understanding the full meaning of the oracle bones is proven to be impossible. It's thought that some of them contain little more than the names of people or places, but some of the more complex ones might contain insight into ancient Chinese systems of taxation, governance, and even gossip. We've mentioned a few forms of untranslated text now, so we should probably introduce you to the oldest undeciphered writing in the world. It's etched out across a series of 5,000-year-old tablets, and it's known as Proto-Elamite. More than 1,600 clay tablets containing examples of the language have been recovered from Iran, and they're considered to be so aesthetically pleasing that some of them are on display in the Louvre in Paris, France. The messages written upon them, however, are understood by nobody. The language is so named because of where it was found. A series of cuneiform tablets made 500 years later has also been recovered from the same area, and the language upon them is known as Elamite. This is a little misleading, as the two languages have almost...
Raymore Inside Again has the solution for your best sleep yet. Get a free adjustable base with the purchase of select mattresses.
nothing in common. What makes them even stranger is that the language appears to have lasted only about 300 years before disappearing, which is almost no time at all in a historical sense. The script is linear, which distinguishes it from other forms of early Mesopotamian writing, but being able to identify its form hasn't got us any closer to knowing what's being discussed on the tablets. You never know what you might find when the waters of a lake drain away, especially when it's been a very long time since the water level dropped. Drought conditions in the Iznik district of Bursa, Turkey, have reduced the waters there to their lowest level in centuries and revealed the remains of a basilica that was built 1,500 years ago. Even with the water disappearing, the ruins of the basilica weren't noticed until aerial drone photography detected them. It's thought that the basilica found itself underwater after an earthquake struck the area in the year 740. The Iznik area is known to have been a focus of religious activity for both the Byzantine and Roman empires, so there's some debate about who built the basilica. But the best guess is that this is an early example of great Christian architecture. In shape and size, the building bears similarities to Hagia Sophia, which is also in Iznik, and was built during the 5th century. It's based on this that the estimate of the sunken basilica's age has been made. Curiously, seals belonging to Scottish knights have been found among the ruins. How they got there is unknown. Speaking of Scottish mysteries, archaeologists made an incredible discovery on the top of the extinct volcano known as Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh, Scotland in early September 2020. It's a craggy and inhospitable place today, but thousands of years ago it played host to a whole community known as the Votadini tribe. The Votadini tribe built a fort there to defend their territory some 3,000 years ago during the Iron Age. And it's the remains of that fort that are getting archaeologists excited today. The team has struggled to drag and carry its equipment to the 850-foot peak of the volcano.
The world is now a blank page. Make your stand. Don't worry about a thing. 'Cause
Yo, they redid the stand? Oh, shit.
all I know is that we dreamed of her and she was real.
She brought us all together, keep us safe in these uncertain times.
I'm in the way of knowing things. I know you feel him.
Calls himself the Dark Man. Mostly I just see his wolf.
Whoopi Goldberg? Oh my fucking
There are
god.
two sides to the world. There's the good.
But the discoveries they're
Yo! Yo, who knew they did that? Did you guys know they remade The Stand by Stephen King? Do I still have a copy of that? I don't think I have a copy of that. But no lie, that was the first like long book I've ever read, yo. Like a long book. Yo, The Stand was like, if I'm thinking right, that shit was over 500 pages, like 600 pages, 700 pages or something, yo. Before then, like I read books like 200-300 pages, but The Stand was like almost double the size of any book I've ever read, yo. At least double. Like on the average, books are like I said, like 200-300 pages. But The Stand was long as fuck, yo. And then when I finished reading, I was like, I literally thought to myself, like, I can't believe I just read that whole fucking shit, yo. It took me like a couple weeks, but it was such a good story. And if I'm not mistaken, that may have been like only the second or third book I read from Stephen King. And then like I know for a fact, like the first Stephen King shit I read, it was thin as hell. It was Through the Eyes of the Dragon. Was it? Or Through the Eyes of the Dragon? I think that was the title of it, but it wasn't a long book. And then I read something else by Stephen King. I think I read the first book in the Dark Tower series. And then after that, I read The Stand. And then, like, I know they already had a movie based on it, like, back in the day. Not that old, but I think, like, in the early 90s or something, they made a movie about it. And I tried to watch the movie. That shit was kind of corny, and of course, made for TV series drama that, you know, they can't put all the details in it. And I already read the book first, and so, you know, I already had my, like, the real concepts of the story and everything, and how they had to change this and that for TV. And I was like, fuck that. So I never really watched the whole thing. But I don't know. Now with how special effects are and cameras and lights, like I wouldn't mind seeing a few older movies be redone. Like I'm really excited about Dune. They're gonna push it back another year, and that's cool too. Like don't fuck it up if it's not ready. If the production isn't ready for release, take your time. Take your time on that. I'll wait. Don't put it out if it's not ready. But there are some movies I absolutely would hate for people to touch. Like my favorite anime series of all time is Ghost in the Shell. I have every Ghost in the Shell anime, yo. And then when they made the live action American version, I'm like, please don't do that. Please. I'm like, please. You're gonna fuck it up. And what happened? They fucked it up. They fucked it up so bad, and I'm just like, yo, there's some things you can't really do. And I think it's harder to, like, they try to fuck with the anime so much, but it's harder to translate that type of culture and that type of artistic style into what we think Americans want to see, especially going from animation to live action. With animation, you can do almost anything because you can just draw it. But I don't know. The Stand, I would not mind watching a updated version of the movie. I say I've read the novel, and I've seen some of the old movie. I would definitely watch that shit, yo. Damn, I'm kind of hyped now. Maybe later on today. I don't have cable, and they just advertised it as a CBS miniseries. So I'll see if I can, like, fire stick some bootleg shit or YouTube some bootleg shit and see if I can watch a little bit of that. Because, damn. That's a really good story. It's post-apocalyptic with some fantasy, sci-fi overlay. But, I don't know, it's something about those end-of-the-world scenarios that are always cool to me. Like, what would happen if the world was over? And it comes down to this battle between darkness and light. Then there's this black lady who has this spiritual connection to good people. And somehow everybody dreams about this one lady. And they all start like just migrating towards her, and all the good people wind up in one state, and all the bad people wind up in one state. And it's like at the end of the world, and they're getting ready for fucking like the end all be all war between good and bad, light and dark, yo. And I think it was like a virus. And I thought like when I first started reading it, I didn't know like Stephen King was gonna put all the like the esoteric and spiritual type shit in there, because when the book starts off is some guard or military soldier working at some kind of high level facility, and it was a viral outbreak. And if I'm not mistaken, that's how the stand starts. It was a viral outbreak. There's one guy who's at the epicenter of this shit. He fucking flees, even though it's supposed to, everybody on the base is supposed to quarantine and lock down. Yo, he fucking flees the base. He runs home and gets his family, and he tries to leave and shit. And that's how the story starts off. And then after that, like, it's this like mass die off of the human race. But then the people who are immune to the shit, the ones who survive, like I said, they all start congregating in like just these two states. And you follow like stories of a group of people from New York headed to one place, and some people from Texas headed to one place, and I don't know, it's just like a really good story. Shaman. Yo, Russ. What up? So, yeah, I was just gonna say something about art and the video brunch that we had yesterday. Like I said, it went really well, and then like in the middle of the brunch, I get an email from this other organization that says, "Hey, we want you to work with us as well." And the thing is, it's the third time they've said that. The third time. And it's like, are you guys really legit about trying to get me to work with you? Or what? Because if not, stop like hyping me up. And they sent this email over, and it was like a little long paragraph, and my response was like, cool, thanks. Like, I'm not gonna keep giving you like these responses trying to detail why I'm interested and what I feel I would have to offer. But now you see me doing this panel discussion, and the things that I was talking about that I've been actively doing and a part of since COVID, and it's like, oh wow, we could have been tailgating on that the whole time, and it's like, psych. Come here. Hey! I said, come here. You gotta go see.
This is the studio. My other man. try. Go ahead and be a showstopper today. Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
See.
Thank you. That's better than bye.
That's what I'm saying. And then this other lady hit me up through our Black Scranton. Yeah, don't close that door down there. Hey! Bring me some Advil. Bring me some Advil. Please. It's so hard for me to get up and down the studio now. I should have brought that shit up here with me. Anyway, what I was gonna say? Oh yeah, there's this other lady who contacted me through our Black Scranton website, wanting someone to help her do anti-racist training for the company she works for. Let's not get no more tickets.
Huh?
We don't need no more tickets.
I know, right? I think your ticket might have been bigger than mine.
Yeah, I got points too. That's what fucked me up.
Yeah, I ain't getting any points. So my tickets combined were like, it was like $60 combined for the Easy Pass and the tickets.
I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
Alright. But yeah, she wants to do like a class, or a meeting once a month about anti-racist training, and asked if someone from the Black Scranton organization can help speak with her coworkers about how to be more anti-racist. So I spoke with her for a little while yesterday, and she told me what she really was trying to do, and I told her, you know, what I have to offer, because I'm not some kind of sociology expert, grad student, or I don't know. I'm not educated in this shit, other than my life experiences and the reading of psychologists that I've done myself, you know, people like Michelle Alexander, Dr. Joyce DeGray, Dr. Claude Anderson, Amos Wilson. Like, when you read these people who do focus on sociology and psychology, I mean, of course, you're not going to be a complete expert, but if you read what the experts say, you'll definitely have a better understanding of how our society works, how groupthink works, how group economics work, how systems and structures work together and against each other. And so, and from just being a black person living in this skin every day, I have my own personal experiences to pull information from, on top of the, like I say, the little education that I have given myself. So I would let her know that, you know, be aware that I'm not an expert at all, but I'm more informed than the average white person is on what it's like to, you know, encounter racism and what racism actually looks and feels like. So this program should be interesting, and hopefully I can give some type of positive insight or information to this group of individuals that they may have not acquired any other way, you know, other than their monthly Ask a Black Guy. Is trying to touch black people's hair in public racist? Yes, it's very racist, lady. Don't ever do that shit. Don't walk up to a strange black person and pet them like an animal. Well, doesn't having black friends make me not racist? No, it doesn't make you not racist. Slave owners used to fucking have babies with their slaves. They were still racist. These are the type of subjects we're going to talk about. Here's some training. Be racist, be fired. How much simpler can that be? I know when I had issues at my last job and we had to sit down with HR and a couple other guys and the guys I was having issues with, and then the one guy said, well, I don't want to have to watch everything I say if it makes someone else uncomfortable. I'm like, bro, why would anything you say make someone uncomfortable? And the room just got quiet. You don't want to have to watch what you say. Do you say so much racist shit? Is that it? Like, why would you even need to have a feeling like you need to watch what you say? I don't feel like if I'm in a room full of Filipinos or a room full of Mexicans or a room full of Italians or a room full of white people, I don't feel like I should ever have to watch what I say, because I'm not going to intentionally say anything racist or harmful or derogatory. Like, is that how you speak on a daily basis? Is that your normal way of communicating? Like, that's bad that you feel like, oh, I don't have to watch what I say. Well, why do you feel like you have to watch what you say? The motherfucker ain't had no answer for that shit. And then he was like, well, you always come in with an attitude and you don't even say good morning to people. Bro, we are at work. I do not have to, that's not a mandate for me to say good morning to you or ask you, how was your weekend? Or asked, how are your kids doing? I don't have to do that shit. I don't have to be personal with you. I don't have to greet you in the morning. And then he's like, well, the one guy from HR was like, well, Travis, wouldn't you think common courtesy would get you a long way? I said, I don't know who told you that, dude, but you know what gets you a long way? Common sense. Common sense and respect will get you a lot farther than common courtesy. So I don't have to come in here and say good morning to you. I don't have to say good evening when I'm leaving work and be all nice and shit. I come here to do a fucking job. And this whole, like, they hated me. Yeah, that company hated me so bad. So bad. But, you know, fuck them. Having a black dildo does not count as interracial relations. Not saying good morning or saying the N-word is equally bad. It's like he wanted to call me a nigger. Like, no, it's not. No, I acknowledge you. I see you here. I see you as a physical person that is my coworker, and we have to work in unison and show cooperation and teamwork in order for us to get this job done that we need to do to maintain our employment and earn a paycheck. I'm doing all of that, bro. You my partner. You my teammate. Right now, for the next 12 hours that we are at this facility, it's me and you, bro. But I don't have to speak to you if it's not about work. I'm gonna talk to you all day. pertaining to work. Hey, did we change that bag? Hey, is your pressure low? Yo, did you check the water gauge? Hey, did we get a sample from the last product that came off the line? Yo, it's time for lunch. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Hey, did you go on your lunch break yet? Do you need me to change your vacuum bags? I'm going to talk about that shit all fucking day. But what's your favorite sports team? And when was your grandkid's birthday? And your new pool that you got? I don't want to talk about that shit with you. I'm not here for that shit. I'm here to make money, not friends. Motherfuckers hated me for that shit. Hated me. My vagina's cold. But yeah, if you, like I said, if you want me to come in and talk about how to be not racist or anti-racist, I'll give you what I can. You know, you might not like it, but I'll make a honest attempt to do some question and answer segments. We can do that all day. Some Q&A. Like I said, if y'all want to pay me to ask a black guy, y'all just need to be ready for these responses. This is no holds bars. Cause I ain't asked to come. Y'all invited me. That's the shit that I like now. Getting these invites, yo. Mr. Prince, would you like to do this? Hell yeah, y'all ready? Is you ready though? That's my question. Don't ask me to do this and then halfway through you be like, Mr. Prince, could you please stop, please? Listen, I think we're gonna cut it short here, guys. Sorry about that. Cause that shit already happened to me. Like one of my first speaking engagements, somebody asked me to speak at a tea rally, a Tea Party rally, way back in the day. I'm like, y'all want me to speak for the Tea Party? I'm like, okay, cause they were all about the Second Amendment and. You know, they're going to, start issuing out gun bans and all that shit. So I can write some shit about that. I'm cool with the Second Amendment. Hell yeah. So I wrote this whole thing about how they're going to start taking our freedoms and people are going to get banned and counseled and you're going to get publicly shamed for your thoughts and they're going to start implementing thought crime. And just for agreeing with certain things, you're going to be ostracized. And I had this whole crowd was like, yeah. It's great that a young man understands what's going on, and we need our freedom of speech and our right to bear arms. And then after I got off the podium, right, so I had on this nice like little polo shirt, and I pulled off my polo shirt, and underneath it, I had a t-shirt that says 9/11 was an inside job. And then me and my homeboy immediately went to the side of the stage where we had our stash of DVDs explaining why 9/11 was an inside job. And then we started walking through the crowd and passing the shits out. And then half the crowd was like, what are you doing? That's not American. Get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. But you guys were just applauding me. Literally gave me a round of applause. And 3 or 4 people came up to the stage and wanted to shake my hand and introduce themselves to me personally. And the entire crowd just applauded me for defending the freedom of speech and the Second Amendment, freedom of press, and all that shit is in the First Amendment. And now I'm trying to express my freedom of speech by wearing a shirt that says 9/11 was an inside job, and now you persecute me. And I just said this is what's going to happen. You're going to get persecuted for standing up for things you believe in. And using your freedom of speech. And the same people, the same exact group of people who applauded me were now booing and hissing me and telling me I didn't belong there. It was so funny. So funny. So now, like with this anti-racist group, is y'all sure? Is y'all sure this what you want? Cause this shit gonna be entertaining as fuck, bro. This is gonna be entertaining as fuck. I swear to God, I'm gonna have some fun with this shit, nigga. Have some fun with this. Well, where does racism come from? It's actually an internal sense of inferiority. So you have to project yourself as being superior or supreme to counteract your internal subconscious understanding that you are in actuality inferior. And I can just go on and on and on and on from there. Some interesting things are coming up. I tell you what. Now, where that top lip starting to look kissable. Wait a minute. How you doing, lady? For anybody who didn't hear in the first half of the stream, I am injured, people. Y'all see I got on the temporary cast, man. I got on the temporary cast, y'all. I gotta wear this until I have like some more tests done to see exactly what is wrong with my foot. But yo, Callie, what up, yo? All those who went classes in anti-racism defend the brother. Oh yeah. If they don't like what I say, then they're gonna assume that I have an attitude. I ain't got no attitude. Hey man, hey, there's a difference in opinions and facts, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna spit some hard facts for you, and I'm gonna give y'all the sources and documentations if y'all want to go look this shit up yourselves. Because once again, I'm not a writer or a researcher of this stuff. All I'm doing is going off of the other writings and researches of individuals before me, so I can tell you what I've read and how I understand that shit to affect my personal life on a day-to-day basis. If you can't take that load of facts and run with it, then shit, I don't know what to tell you. He just has attitude. I ain't got no attitude. I got the truth, motherfucker. I got aptitude. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Aptitude is a difference. You got an attitude because you ain't want to hear the truth. And the truth is uncomfortable, man, and it hurts. That's why comedians try to make jokes out of that shit so we can laugh at it a little bit sometimes. But if I ain't trying to give it to you in a joke and it's just a straight up truth, that shit uncomfortable than the motherfucker. You know? I get that. I get it. But god damn it, I ain't asked to come here. Y'all asked me to come here. So, congratulations, bitches. This is what you get. Huh? Congratulations. Well, Mr. Prince, we really appreciate you coming, but I don't think that we would we'll be having you back again. That's no problem. I enjoyed it. I'm happy. I was happy. You invited me in for one time. You know. So the one white bitch in the corner to call me. She got a fat butt. I'm gonna be as nice as I can. No, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The first time. That way I can come back a second time. Then, see, the second time, after you gain their trust, that's when you roundhouse them in the face. Bow! Obama wasn't even black. Oh my God. Hit him with that shit. But Obama wasn't black. Blasphemy. I ain't vote for that nigga. You didn't vote for Obama? No. They can't handle the truth. This motherfucker smoking a mimosa. This nigga really sushi? I'm not a doctor, but I say amputated. It's causing you pain, a lot of pain. Yeah, chop that motherfucker off then. Shit. You know, problem solved, nigga. Shit. What? You ain't got no leg. You ain't got no pain, right? Okay then. The simplest answer is always the best answer. I say amputate the motherfucker. You know, but hey, what I know, I ain't no doctor. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck do I know? If it was my leg, shit, I would have cut my own leg off my damn self. A cast? A cast? Nah. Let me see that hacksaw. I ain't putting no cast on. It's crazy. I still hit them buns last night though, nigga. Fuck that shit, boy. I'm a grown ass man in this bitch. I'm playing that shit. Bet your leg. Fuck my leg. Book up. What's wrong with you? Shit gonna make me feel better. Make me feel better. See, my leg ain't even hurting no more. I ain't even paying attention to the pain in my foot. See how that works? Magic. O-I-O-I-A. Alright, I'm gonna turn this little documentary on we was listening to about mysterious artifacts that we still can't explain. They all kind of shit we be finding around the planet, man. All buried in the desert and out in the oceans and shit. Cause the coastline has changed due to the rising of sea levels after the last immense glacial period that the Earth experienced. And we come across all kind of shit that just seems so out of place and so weird. And we can't explain it and decipher it or understand what it was used for. And it just makes me understand that there was a greater civilization in our antiquity that was just like today. Man, these motherfuckers probably had, global communications and everything just like today. Maybe even space travel like we have today. We got supposedly we got people up in space and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think none of this shit is new. Nothing. I don't think anything we're doing now is for the first time. I think we're just figuring out how to do shit all over again. So I love watching these little documentaries on ancient finds that scientists can't explain. Yeah, we'll never understand everything, man. All that shit. We'll never be able to explain all the past. You know what I'm saying? We might get to Mars, terraform Mars in like, the next 3,000 years, 4,000 years or something, be able to terraform Mars, and then we go live on Mars for like, 100,000 years. And then what if we burn that shit out again? And then in another, 500,000 years, somebody else come to the planet and it look like we wasn't even never there to start with. Just like Earth. How many times has Earth been reset and rebooted and restarted? Shit, Mars probably already got a older history than our planet. That shit probably been green and dry and green and dry and green and dry more than once. More than twice. Like our planet green as shit right now, but we might dry this bitch out and fuck it up. Then it takes, 100,000 years for this shit to get back right, for life to come back. But we'll already be somewhere else or extinct or whatever. I don't think about shit like that. I do. Jesus was black. Ronald Reagan is devil. The government lying about 9/11. That sounds like an episode of the Boondocks. Yeah, Alpha Centauri. This is the next closest star system. But then, man, if y'all guys have HBO, watch that show, Raised by Wolves. It takes place on Kepler 22b, which is a real planet. It's supposed to be like Earth 2. Like, people know that there are other shit out there, yeah. Alright, I'm coming, guys. I just got a message. Gotta keep checking my messages, make sure nobody's ordering, nobody's trying to place an order for these brush holders. right.
Taking there have made all the effort worthwhile. It's hoped they'll be able to gather new information about the Votadini and their way of life. Other than the fact that they once controlled a large portion of the southeast of Scotland thousands of years ago, very little else is known about it. The cliffs, coupled with the 18-foot, would have made this a great defensive position to hold. And the views of the surrounding countryside may have been even more breathtaking than they are now. The Grimshudden is one of the best preserved ancient shipwrecks on the planet and offers us a fascinating insight into the kind of mind games that went on during the warfare on the waters centuries ago. The name of the Danish vessel, which belonged to the army of King John and sank in 1495, translates into English as Griffin Hound, which might go some way to explaining the appearance of the strange creature that decorated the bow. It has enormous teeth, the beak of a bird of prey, huge, wide eyes, and what appears to be a screaming human trapped in its jaws. If you saw this ship coming for you in the 15th century, you'd immediately have known that you were in trouble. The wreck is so well preserved that traces of the original paintwork still cling to the figurehead, which confirms what historians have long believed about figureheads like this being painted with bright colors after they were carved. Parts of the wreck have split open and spread across the ocean floor, but archaeologists believe that this happened before the sinking rather than after. Historical records suggest that the Grimshudden sank because of a fire on board. Looking at the evidence, a full-on explosion appears to be more likely the cause. If you've ever sought out the comfort of a sauna to relax after a session in the gym, you've taken part in a practice that dates back at least 4,000 years. Scotland might not be the first place you might think of visiting for its sauna scene, but the remains of a Bronze Age underground sauna were found there by archaeologists in 2015. That doesn't necessarily mean that the people of the time used the sauna for the same reasons we use them today, though. Experts believe the sauna may have been provided as a relatively comfortable place for...
For what? Why did you cut that man off right in the middle of his sentence?
Women to give birth. The Notland region of Scotland would have been cold and challenging for the people of the Bronze Age, so having a nice, warm, underground retreat they could head to if things got too cold outdoors.
What up?
But it's more likely that entry was reserved either for pregnant women or perhaps religious leaders. The sauna, which is unique in Scotland, was found on the island of Westrey. It's stunningly well preserved and doesn't appear much different today as it would have done during the time of its use. In fact, if you brought some hot stones to sink into the water tank, you could probably still use it. How long do you imagine that human beings have been playing board games to pass the time?
4,000 years?
It goes back a lot longer than the invention of Monopoly, and even longer than the invention of chess. During the excavation of a tomb in Qingzhou City, China, in March 2016, artists discovered the remains of a board game that was made around 2,300 years ago. We sometimes like to tell ourselves that the people of that era were primitive, but this board game seems to have been quite complex and involved. The die, made from an animal tooth, has 14 faces, each with a different symbol engraved onto it. 21 painted game pieces have been recovered too, along with broken tiles that might once have been part of the game board. By putting the tiles back together, archaeologists were able to determine that the board consisted of 2 eyes surrounded by clouds and lightning strikes. The only thing missing was the rules, which is a shame because it looks as if this might be a fun game to play if we understood what we were supposed to do. An astonishing archaeological discovery elsewhere in China in 2018 quickly went from thrilling to terrifying as the researchers found out more about it. The 4,000-year-old lost city, which once sat on a ridge above the country's Tuwai River, contains a stepped pyramid that was once 250 feet tall, protected on 2 sides by enormous walls. That was the exciting part. The terrifying part came a little later when they started digging and found that the ground around...
At Raymour and Flanagan's Premiere Days.
You get 15 to 20%
Yo, they always cut my man off when they
and
get to the good part.
The pyramid contained multiple pits full of hundreds of human skulls. While they could be the leftovers of a great battle, the fact that it's just skulls as opposed to the whole skeleton implies that they're the victims of human sacrifice. The city's been named Shaimao and has been thought to have been founded approximately 4,300 years ago and lasted for around 5 centuries. The entrance to the pyramid leads to an open plaza, which might have been where the sacrifices took place. And at the very top, there would have been a grand palace. The discovery of the city challenges our current understanding of Bronze Age Chinese society, which is based on the idea that the first complex Chinese societies emerged from the Central Plains. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, and you will be the first to know when a new video comes out. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Almost every discovery made by an archaeologist is interesting, but some are more interesting than others. Sometimes an archaeologist will find something that seems to confirm that the things they already believe about history are correct. On other occasions, they find things that challenge our existing understanding of history. This video is all about those types of discoveries, the ones that challenge our understanding of the past. As any chocolate lover will be able to tell you, chocolate comes from cacao beans, and cacao beans come from cacao trees. We know that the human love of chocolate goes back thousands of years, but the existence of cacao trees goes back even further than that. We've always known that they're an ancient species, but recent research suggests that their existence predates the emergence of the human race. If the research is correct, it proves that cacao trees have lived on our planet for more than 10 million years. A study carried out by Britain's Royal Botanical Gardens of Edinburgh has demonstrated that the Theobroma cacao, the oldest species in the genus, has been growing in the Andes for such a long time that their existence there goes back to a time when the Andes weren't even fully elevated. That explains why the trees exist on both sides of the mountain range. Once upon a time, the mountains weren't there to get in their way and divide them. This new understanding of their age might help us to understand why the trees are so uniquely resistant to the effects of climate change and disease. For many years, it's been thought that the world's first bird, by which we mean the first creature that we're aware of that had the capability of flight, was the Archaeopteryx. As of November 2019, we no longer think that's correct. Fossils belonging to a previously unknown ancient creature were found in Japan that month, and this prehistoric bird, which lived 120 million years ago, has a bone structure that suggests that it would have been able to take to the skies and soar far above the heads of the dinosaurs. The creature has been given the name Fucupteryx prima and would have been around the size of a modern pigeon. It would have had grown and gray feathers, a tail, and wings.
Quick, what's the captain's favorite type of cookie? Captain's got a sweet tooth. Watch out.
She's allergic to...
This is the first time that a primitive bird from the Cretaceous period has been found outside of China. And the discovery might force scientists to reconsider their existing theories about the evolution of flight. We still think that the world's first flying creatures came from East Asia, but it might be the case that they came from a wider portion of the area instead of China specifically. Food wouldn't be as enjoyable without spices and seasonings. As television chefs are always telling us, unseasoned and unspiced food tastes bland. How long have we been spicing our food rather than just cooking and eating plants and meat as we found them in the wild, though? Thanks to an extended study of ancient European cuisine and eating habits, we can safely say that the practice of introducing spices to food for flavor goes back at least 7,000 years, and probably even further than that. Experts have been studying carbonized food deposits in the bottom of pots found at archaeological sites in Germany and Denmark, as well as the remains of meat. They've also identified the silicate remains of garlic mustard in the pots. Garlic mustard has no nutritional value, so the only reason it would have been introduced to a cooking pot is to improve the flavor. We tend to think of our ancestors from 7,000 years ago as being little more than hunter-gatherers who ate for function more than pleasure. But now we know that they had developed palates and might have been just as likely to complain about their food being bland as we are in restaurants today. The historical accuracy of the Bible has always been hotly disputed.
It's
been translated,
because it's wrong,
rewritten, and amended dozens of times over many centuries. It's much more likely that this eons-old Bible with blackened pages from the Ankara Justice Palace in Turkey is an accurate version of the original text than the Bible.
Alright guys, I gotta hobble down to the bathroom.
That isn't good news for followers of the Christian faith.
I might need to clean up when I get back.
This controversial old Bible, which was made at least 1,500 years ago, contains a gospel that doesn't appear in modern equivalents. The gold text, etched upon leather pages, includes the Gospel of Barnabas. In it, Barnabas rejects the assertion that Jesus Christ was the Son of God, and explains that he was a human prophet instead.
Change your shampoo right now if you don't want to go bald. The shampoo you're using has the same ingredients as Dish Soap. I'm a 38-year-old guy with male pattern baldness. I've been suffering from hair loss since my 20s and spent over $1,000 on minoxidil, finasteride, and biotin products. Well, none of them worked. Those risky medications caused me constant headaches, and I always ended up seeking help from doctors. Those hair growth products you bought will never work. It doesn't stop the real cause of hair loss. Try this. It's twice as effective as minoxidil. I didn't really believe him at first, but after 3 weeks, the side of my hair that was thinning started to grow. I can feel my hair is smoother, and it looks much fuller and thicker. The real cause of my hair loss was sebum plugs. Actually, 90% of male pattern baldness happens because hair roots were buried in sebum plugs. A mixture of old oil and dirt has buried the hair that was supposed to grow, and because the pores were blocked, only one hair can grow from a pore at most. 90% of American men are bald because of this. With the scalp in this condition, hair growth products can't reach your hair roots. No matter how expensive the hair growth product is, it will never work. It's like fertilizing a desolate land. Besides, it is super hard to remove the sebum plugs from pores. Even if you wash your hair every day, you can't remove the sebum plugs completely. It is useless unless you open up the pores to wash hair roots. And this all can be possible by using carbonic acid shampoo that is recommended by dermatologists. What are people saying about it? Over the past 10 years, I've tried everything, but nothing worked. But after using carbonic acid shampoo, my hair started to grow. My girlfriend even thought I got a hair transplant. People used to think I was around 40 because of my thinning hair, but my daughter just told me that she thinks I look younger. I always thought that I had to deal with headaches and ED if I wanted to grow some hair, but this one has no side effects. It's been only a month, and I can barely see my scalp now. It is so effective that people called it the best self-care hair growth treatment. It uses a totally different method to regrow hair, and it was featured on magazines such as GQ, Wired, and Golf Digest. the most advanced hair growth shampoo. It's called Symport. Let me explain why Symport is effective for thinning hair. The secret of Symport is carbonic acid. For example, carbonated water has a concentration of 500 ppm. Carbonic acid therapy has about 1000 ppm. But Symport has 8 times the amount of absorption, 8000 ppm. Look at its absorption power.
Yo, commercial, you still playing? What the fuck?
Open the pores and suck up all the dead cells and dirt that clog the pores.
Yeah, whatever. God damn.
Barnabas also says that Apostle Paul was a fraud and an impostor, and that Christ escaped crucifixion when Judas agreed to be crucified in his place. This Bible might be as old as 2000, and if it is, that may explain the presence of the extra gospel. There used to be many more Gospels before all of them, save for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, were discarded by the Council of Nicaea 1700 years ago. It seems that the council only wanted to include texts that suited their interpretation of the story. Our understanding of human evolution changes as we make new discoveries. But right now, it's generally thought that our earliest human ancestors left Africa to spread out across the world about 120,000 years ago. That rather begs the question of how this pair of teeth, an upper left canine and upper right first molar, came to be found in sediments close to Eppelsheim in Germany in 2016. The teeth, which clearly belong to either a hominin species or a variety of great ape, are around 10 million years old. Dental finds that challenge the existing narrative of human evolution have been discovered before in Africa, but the African discoveries vary in age between 2 and 5 million years. The German discovery is at least twice as old and is the only example of its kind ever found in Europe. We now have to ask ourselves a lot of difficult questions about how it came to be here, why it's an isolated discovery, and where this great ape fits on the chain of evolution. Is it possible that the story of what eventually became the human race goes back 100 times further than we thought it did? Without the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, we'd probably still be unable to translate ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, but being able to translate them doesn't mean that we can understand them completely. There are many aspects of ancient Egyptian language and culture that still baffle us. And discoveries like this so-called Egyptian billboard in 2017 only serve to deepen the mystery. These etchings, found on a hillside in the El Kab Desert, are around 5,300 years old and date back to a time when it was thought that only Egypt's ruling classes were capable of written communication.
I need to call these guys and make sure my appointment is still going to be ready for today, because I had an appointment for last week and went in and they weren't ready. Hey, how's it going? This is Travis. I had an install for a head unit and a backup cam at 1. Is that still on for today? Yeah. Alright, I'll see you guys at 1. Okay, see you then. Alright. He said it's still on for today at 1, so I need this, I guess. But then it's going to take me extra time to get dressed because I got to hop and hobble. Yo, D1, what up, bro? I actually posted a picture of my foot on Facebook, and so now a couple people are messaging me like, "Oh, what happened? Are you okay? This and that. What's good, bro? Like, ain't nobody fuck you up, is it?" But I'm all good. It was just an accident. It was just an accident. Oh damn, I got paint on my shit already. I hope I ain't tracked that shit on the carpet downstairs. Oh, that's really wet. I probably did. Damn. Alright, I gotta watch out for that now. But yeah, a fucking... Oh, that shit is all on my damn thing too. Damn. Oh well, that's what happens when you gotta come in the paint studio. Damn, I hope that shit ain't on the carpet downstairs. But anyway, yeah, I fucked my foot up, yo. Ain't nobody hooping, man. I tried to help somebody push their car out of traffic, yo. Somebody, this lady, her car just like cut off in traffic, and nobody was trying to help her move her car out of traffic. So I thought I'll pull over and try to help her, but wound up fucking myself up trying to move her car, yo. Trying to be a good Samaritan. Damn, if that shit went through the little thing and it's on my bandage, I don't know if I can even walk. Can I hobble like that? No, no, that's definitely fucked up. Then I need to put something else on this shit so I don't track this paint all around my house, which I probably already have, cause I just went to the fucking bathroom. Shit. Now I gotta see what kind of damage I did to the house. I can't even get in my car with this shit on now. Damn it. But put my shit in the bag. I bet I already got paint somewhere downstairs on that carpet, yo. Oh my god, I hate when I do that. Everything I own got paint on it. Alright. Oh. Well, I'm not actually walking around anymore, but prior I was. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was a lady. She had a daughter in a car, man, and she stalled in traffic. Nobody's trying to help her move her car. But the lane of traffic we're in the right lane, and I'm trying to get her through. I'm trying to get her all the way to the left because we're right across the street from a gas station, but we're in the right lane, and on the right side is the sidewalk, so you can't turn. There's nowhere to turn to the right. But if she just cuts her wheels left and we go to the left, we can go like right into the gas station parking lot. But the left lane traffic, nobody wouldn't fucking let us stop. Cars are just going around her and coming up the lane, and I can tell like the people in the front can see I'm trying to help. And so I'm pushing the car, and she cuts the wheel, and we start going into the other lane. And then this other car just zips around like, nope, I'm not gonna let you do it. And so as the car comes up, she slams on the brakes, and that fucking causes the car to jerk. And it's not a car, it's an SUV actually. And so it lurches, and I had my foot planted a certain way, and when the weight of the vehicle like shifted, I just fucking, all my weight was on my ankle, and that shit fucking popped. Yo, like I fucked that shit up. And then I couldn't even get the car out the traffic for it. Like I couldn't finish even pushing the car. Like I tried to help her and didn't even accomplish helping her. I just fucking hurt myself. That's all I managed to do was get out my car, hurt my ankle, hop back to my car, and take my silly ass home. Fucking stupid. I tried though, you know, I was absolutely willing to help her. Oh, good news too. My motherfucking my product. This is the prototype. This is the real deal. Yes, sir. We have them. We got them here. We got them here with the instruction photo. Made in the U.S. stickers. Already bagged up. This one is actually bagged and sealed. So that's like packaged up, ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So I did get my product in. And it's actually a nicer build than this one. Like I said, you can see how if you lift up the arm, it slides right off the foot by itself. It just comes right, it wants to come apart like that. But this, that shit stays together. It fits so much nicer that these pieces, it doesn't want to slide out. But this right here, like if you lift this up, it wants to come right off of that, and the foot stays there by itself. That comes apart too easy for me. Like it's hard to move this thing around. Like with all your brushes, you just can't pick it up and move it because it'll come apart like that. The feet, they don't fit snug enough. But these fit right here, so nice. But then it's not like a struggle to take it in and out. It pops right out. But when it pops in, that shit stays like it's supposed to. So a nice design. I don't like, it's a little sharp. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. That shit right there. If you like swing by real quick and like nick your hand or something, that shit gonna scratch you. I wonder if, and see this is rounded. So I don't know. It's plastic, so like I said, if you move with enough force, but like just touch it, like you can put pressure on it, like it's not gonna cut you. That shit ain't gonna like, it's not like a razor at all, you know. But it is like, that's an edge. It does have an edge to it. What? Other than that shit is nice. Yeah, and it's like the exact same size. Everything. I actually already shipped one of them out. Somebody said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a couple of them in bulk," but never did. Soon as you get them, I'm gonna buy them in bulk. Okay. But I gotta package up like 20 and drop them off at the store. I need a little advertisement sign for it though, or something. That's what I gotta make some advertisement for it first, and then put it at the store. Alright, like I said, this dude said I can come by at 1 o'clock for him to install my radio and shit. And right now it's 12, basically 12:30, so I should be there right on time if I leave. If I get dressed and leave now, I should be able to get there right on time. I'm just hoping I don't have any paint on the carpet downstairs. That would really fucking suck. And I do have some crutches, but I'm not carrying crutches up 3 flights of stairs, yo. Alright. That's off, that light is off. Yo, appreciate y'all guys chilling with me. No, we ain't been here for a long time. It did take me a while to get started this morning. Just wanted to really paint for a little bit. More than likely, if I'm not in the studio this afternoon, I'll be downstairs. I'll probably stream downstairs because I got all my packaging stuff downstairs, so we can just hang out and chat while I wrap some of these up, you know. But yeah, appreciate y'all. I'll get with y'all guys next time. Peace.